Welcome to OSM, Operation Safe Mode. Peace be with you and happy Easter. We had a wonderful Holy Week and Easter. It was good to see so many of you. And the questions that I'm going to address in the OSM Mailbag pertain to the things that are upcoming for our parishes. So let us begin. And once again, I'm using my phone to answer the questions. The first question is, Dear Father John, how are the parishes doing with DLA? Is it too late to make a pledge? Well, we're doing excellent actually. Both parishes have already reached their diocesan goal. What does that mean? Well, Immaculate Conception's diocesan target was $134,000 and Elizabeth Ann Seton's target was $54,860. So we've already met those goals. So all the DLA money that comes in from here will tend to our own pledge and goals for the parish. For St. Elizabeth Ann Seton, the monies that will come in now will stay in the parish and help us to pave the upper parking lot as well as the driveways. And we're really excited to get that work done. For Immaculate Conception, the monies that will stay in the parish will be tending to address the pews after COVID. So we're not sure whether we're going to need to get all new pews because of the cleaning, whether they're going to be refurbished. We're looking into that, but it's going to be a quite expensive opportunity for us to get back to normal. So what my message to you is that no, it is not too late to make your pledge. In fact, if you haven't, your monies will go right directly to these projects. As you know, I had pledged in both parishes $1,500 for St. Elizabeth Ann Seton as well as another $1,500 to Immaculate Conception. And guess what I got? I got help on my pledge. Yes, I received my stimulus check for $1,400, baby. So this is going right for the government, right into the coffers of the church. And that's what I call stimulus. So you can go on to the diocesan webpage, click on there, make your payment, or you can send it into the parishes, and we will keep you up to date as we move forward in the next few weeks of the Easter season. And by the way, I want to thank everyone who's already made a pledge, and for those of you who are writing your checks right now. The second question we have from the OSM Mailbag is, it pertains to St. Joseph. It says, this is the year of St. Joseph, and you indicated we would be concentrating our efforts after Easter so that we may consecrate our homes and our families to St. Joseph. Any details at this point? Well, I'm glad you asked. Yes, the details of the upcoming consecration of St. Joseph, I'm so excited about. What we're going to do is have 3 face-to-face conferences. I'm going to speak for 3 straight Mondays on St. Joseph, different titles based in this book here, The Consecration to St. Joseph. And let me just tell you what the titles are going to be. So the first day will be April 13th. That's a Monday. That's a week from today, actually. And my topic is going to be St. Joseph, the consecrated night, like, night, K-N-I-G-H-T, and St. Joseph, the light of saints, and St. Joseph, who was assumed into heaven. These are 3 titles of St. Joseph that we're going to investigate the first night. And at the end of the face-to-face conference, we are going to pray the litany of St. Joseph together, and we'll end with a final blessing. Day 2, which would be the following Monday, is April 20th. And the conference, the 3 St. Joseph titles that I would like to speak to you on that day will be St. Joseph, just and reverent man, St. Joseph, most prudent, and St. Joseph, most obedient. Those are my favorite titles of St. Joseph that take the humanity of St. Joseph, using the understanding of him being one of all virtues to help not only to aid the Holy Family, but also to bring about God's will. And on the third day, we are going to investigate for St. Joseph on the third day, which will be the following Monday, April 27th. We're going to look at St. Joseph, peaceful sleep, St. Joseph, hope of the sick, St. Joseph, patron of the dying. We know that St. Joseph is the patron of a happy death, and these are the three parts that make up the reality of what Joseph is for us in preparation for the end of our lives. Joseph, who sleeps, is where he does his best work. It is where God will speak to him in the things that he needs to do. But also peaceful sleep refers to us being prepared for what comes next in God's divine plan for us, because the day that we have just completed was in his service. And then the final day, the following Monday, which will be May 3rd, 2 days after the Feast of St. Joseph, we're going to celebrate Sacred Mass here at St. Elizabeth Ann Seton. And I'm going to share with you on that day St. Elizabeth Ann Seton's love of St. Joseph and how intricate he was in the part of her parish family who extended kindness under the patronage of St. Joseph to the Daughters of Charity. And also I will speak of St. Joseph as the pillar of family and the patron saint of workers. Because it is in these titles that we need to know why we're consecrating our families to St. Joseph in our homes, so that we can become strong like the Holy Family and overcome all the fears, anxieties, and Satan's work in the world around us. At that Mass, I'm going to bless this image of St. Joseph in a frame, and each person who attends the Mass and those who cannot attend will also be able to receive one to put in our homes, so that we can give the honor to St. Joseph that is truly his to receive. So hopefully, as you saw the schedule here, you will see it again in the bulletins, as well as in the other messaging that we do on our website and other ways. So please prepare. If you are not able to come to the face-to-face, OSM will have each of the conferences the following Thursday. So let us see what our next question is. The next question that we have today is, Dear Father John, loved the new Dunkin' commercials for Lent. Did they work? Well, yes, they worked twofold. One, I think the commercials really did help encourage people to come to have their sacrament of reconciliation completed before Easter. We noticed that many people had an opportunity to receive their vaccination, and they came. And plus, I also had the opportunity to receive many, many dozens of donuts and all kinds of different Dunkin' coffees. So everybody was paying attention to the Dunkin' commercials. I have a funny feeling that somebody's watching me. Oh well, it must be my imagination. The next commercial question is, when will John Anthony and Johnny make another appearance in a Dunkin' commercial? Well, in case you forgot, John Anthony and Johnny are the two cutouts that I had done so that the children could have their pictures taken with them for First Communion. So I'm not sure whether they're going to get another appearance or not. They haven't really, spoken to me at all. Ah! Those crazy guys! Well, maybe they will appear in a commercial. Before we continue, let us now take a break and have a word from our sponsor and our two good friends, John Anthony and Johnny. Welcome back to OSM Mailbag. Well, I guess John Anthony and Johnny got their way. They got back into a commercial. We've been working with their agents to take them on the road, and when the weather gets better, we're going to have a really incredible commercial for them to star in, so stay tuned. You may be seeing them for the First Communions and upcoming events if we're still wearing our masks. So let us continue with this theme of St. Joseph. Someone has asked me, Dear Father John, in early morning mass you mentioned that you were returning to your high school in order to celebrate the feast of St. Joseph. How did that go? Well, that's in reference to the feast of St. Joseph, which was March 19th. Our consecration to St. Joseph will be working up to the second feast of St. Joseph, which is on May 1st. It was a wonderful opportunity to go back to my high school, and I kind of really was excited to be asked back to celebrate what I love, and that is St. Joseph. You know, I was telling people and my friends, I was saying, my high school is inviting me back so that they could honor me at center court in the new gymnasium. Many of my friends thought that I was getting a chance to play ball on the St. Joseph's High School gymnasium floor. But how they honored me was, as you can see in these pictures, I had the opportunity to celebrate sacred mass in the gymnasium with them. Due to COVID, the students had to be spread out, and the gymnasium was the most logical place. And many times that I took jump center for St. Joe's High School, I was standing at center court, honored more than ever before, because that is where I got to give out Holy Communion to the student body. I had an opportunity to speak at the Mass about St. Joseph, and then I gave the students a talk after Mass as well about COVID and how does St. Joseph help us understand what we have gone through or what we're going through with COVID-19 and keeping our spirituality. And then they did honor me and gave me a chance to take a shot at the basket on the floor as well. So that will be coming up, the celebration of St. Joe's High School, the Mass, as well as my talk to the students sometime in May after the feast of St. Joseph the Worker. So thanks for asking, and it always gives me great pleasure to be at St. Joe's High School. You might have noticed that I have an icon of St. Joseph here on the wall in the place of the crucifix today, because I wanted to show you that our high school was using this icon as a way to get St. Joseph into the homes and consecrate the homes of our alumni as well as our student body. Just as we are doing with the little picture. It's a beautiful icon, and I will give you information on that upcoming, so you may look it up online and see all the different things about St. Joseph that are so beautiful about who he is as the father of Jesus and the husband of Mary. Our next question from OSM Mailbag is dealing with the Burger Bash. Many questions actually, and I kind of formulate them into one here. Dear Father John, I know the Burger Bashes are coming up soon. Hope you have the magnets again with the schedule. Just some questions. Will we be able to stay and sit and eat, or will it be drive-through only? And what are those dates? Well, that's the first question, and we do have the magnets available if you would like to get one. You can see the schedule here on the magnet as well, and we are ready for the Burger Bash. We're going to have our regular time schedule on Saturdays 11 a.m. to 1:30. The first Burger Bash will be April 10th. And unfortunately, right now, it's going to be drive-through only. We're hoping maybe by the end of the summer we'll be able to set up some tents and some tables, but we will take it 1 month at a time. Dear Father John, is there a way that we can volunteer and help at the Burger Bash this year? We're always in need of volunteers, And if you would like to volunteer, we'd ask you to please call the parish office at Immaculate Conception, because we're trying to schedule people to make sure that everybody who comes to the Burger Bash has an actual job to do. With COVID, we really don't want people just standing around and not having any work to do. So if you would like to help, we'd still need help in many different areas of setting up and tearing down, taking orders, wrapping burgers. So please, if you haven't helped in the past, give us a call. And if you've helped in the past and you would like to help this year, please let us know. Dear Father John, we noticed that we did not use drinks as a profit making at the Burger Bash. What are we doing this year? Well, with the drive-through, people were not really interested in buying a drink. Most of them were going back to work or home. And so many of you have helped us in the past by going out and purchase a cube of Mountain Dew or Pepsi, or bring us 30 packs of water, and we were able to sell those and make a good profit, obviously. But we are not going to do drinks this year because they were not profitable and no one seemed to be really interested. So if you would like to help make a donation, we have two new ways that you can help donate to pay for the cost of our product that we put out. First, as you can see here, it's called the French Fry Family Club. And anyone who would donate $50 or more per Burger Bash will be a part of the French Fry Family Club. If you want to make a donation less than $50, every donation helps us. You will be a part of the Hot Dog Club. See, and right here is the Hot Dog Club, and I promise I will do the hot dog dance for you at the Burger Bash, just so you can see that I'm really pleased that you're helping. Many people can't come to the Burger Bash, many don't eat meat, and others don't have time, so they like to support other than buying the product. We're always happy for those who do come and celebrate with us and buy the burgers. And that brings me to my final point with the Burger Bash. We do not want to raise prices at the Burger Bash. We want to keep the sausage and the hamburgers at $2.50 and have an opportunity for people to really get a good product at a good price. But this past year, we were not able to have the fish fry. And we saw a net loss of over $10,000 because we could not have a fish fry. So what we're trying to do during the Burger Bash this year is try to recoup some of that money in sponsorship. As you saw, we're asking parishioners to sponsor in simple ways, helping towards the cost of fries, French fry families, the cost of hot dogs with the hot dog gang and the hot dog club. But we're asking our local merchants, and especially those that we deal with on a regular basis, to sponsor us more in a way for them to advertise as well as to help us pay for product. So we have gold sponsorships for $500. We have the silver sponsorship for $250 and a bronze sponsorship for $150. And we're going to honor these guests in different ways. If they are a gold sponsor, we're actually going to make a commercial for them as a part of the Burger Bash here on OSM. So if you would like to sponsor us as a merchant or as a business, please call me or email me, and we'd be glad to allow you to use the Burger Bash as a way of saying we support Immaculate Conception Parish Church. So these are the questions that were asked, and many more I'm sure are on your minds. So keep the questions coming, and one of the things that I'm praying for in the nearest future is that we will be past COVID, and then I can say, I see all of you here at St. Elizabeth Ann Seton and at Immaculate Conception Church, because not only are you able to come to Mass, you don't have to wear a mask. So remember, it is in times like these that saints are forged. So let us become saints and stay safe in the Lord.